Hi guys, today in this video I thought I'd go through the equipment I use when I'm recording for social media video. I find video to be like 10 times better than just a still image of interacting and engagement with my audience. And it's a great way because it's more shareable, people are more likely to watch it, and people love seeing the process. Like with me, with my lettering, they like seeing the process of how I hold the pen, how I move the pen, equipment I'm using as I'm doing stuff. So I really recommend getting into doing more video stuff and trying to promote yourself. So I'll just go through some of the equipment I use for that. Start off with the tripod. I use the Joby Gorilla Pod, which you probably see from a lot of vlogging sites like Casey Neistat. You know, DSLR or compact camera on there, and they're using it as something to hold it out in front. I use it for mainly taking the video for my social media posts because it's a fairly sturdy camera, and also you can get the swivel head that goes on top and you can go in any direction. The plate on here can move as well as it going around, so it's great for doing that. I find I haven't got very much room in the studio, so I've got a Manfrotto 0551, which is huge, but has a 90-degree column, so it can go horizontally and take overhead shots, but I just don't have much room in the studio, and so it means I can't use a computer because the tripod's in the way, so I mainly use the Joby one. On top of the Joby one I have a mobile phone holder. It's a generic one I got off Amazon. This one's by iGadgets. It's a spring-loaded one. I recommend trying to find one that you can manually tighten the phone onto it, because otherwise when you're trying to get the phone out it pings across the room, which is not always that good. So that's the tripod. I have my mobile set in landscape mode, and then I just adjust it to have a nice big screen here so I can see what I'm doing, and that works really well. Issues I have found while I'm doing it that I have to correct is the standard camera app in both the iPhone and the Android automatically exposes the image and automatically focuses the images. So what happens is when you're filming with me, it's lettering, my hand comes in, I don't have perfect lighting in here, I have a small window there, I have some strip lights up there and a fully glazed door there, so it's all a bit it can change, and when your hand comes across the page the light changes as well because it casts like a shadow, and your phone tries to compensate that, and then there's this sort of flicker of light as it changes. More noticeable if you've done a 2-minute video and you need to get under a minute for Instagram, you will see it start flickering and it doesn't look like a very good video. Also with the focus, it will automatically focus to whatever it wants to, so it might focus on the paper, then it focuses on the pen, then it focuses on the hand, and it just looks a bit weird as it's trying to focus in all those areas. So on the iPhone, if you hold down your finger on the screen, it will automatically lock the exposure and the focus to whatever you select. So maybe you select the end of the pen as the area you want it to focus on. In Android, it depends on what make of phone you have. Some do, some don't have that option. If they don't have that option, then download one of the many manual camera apps that give you the settings that you get, like on this DSLR camera. So you can change the white balance, you can change the exposure, you can change where the focus is, and you can lock all those as well. So it gives you more control over what you're seeing. You can brighten or darken the image depending on what you're doing. Once you've taken the video, then you may need to speed it up. There's some good apps like the Hyperlapse app that Instagram does, which means you can change how quickly the video goes from about 1 time to 8 or 16 times, or get other ones like on Android. I use one called VivaVideo, which is a bit like iMovie on the iPhone, where you can take snippets of video, put them together, and also quicken them up, add music, add different effects to it, and then it's ready. Once you've said that, it's ready to upload to Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that. With Instagram, I find I prefer my videos in this sort of square format that they do. Sometimes you have to get an app just to crop it to square because you might not have got the part of what you're doing in the center of that square. So sometimes you can't move the video in Instagram, so you need to crop it in another application as well. I think that covers everything. If you've got any questions about video for social media, then let me know in the comment section below. But otherwise, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, because I try and do a video every week that helps you guys out. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.